How are you guys? So, welcome to chapter 2, the discussion for shifting influences and the decline of push marketing. So, in this chapter, we're going to talk about what push and pull marketing is and how push marketing is declining, and it's the era of pull marketing with the introduction of social media. How are you guys enjoying this class and this asynchronous environment? This is my first time teaching a class in asynchronous environment, so I would love to hear how you feel about this setting and anything I can improve. So yeah, let's get into chapter 2. So we all have desire to know each other's authentic self and real stories through your social media interaction. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with this page. It's called Humans of New York. So if you have a chance, please read through this story. So it's about Asians living in New York City and what kind of hardships and hatred that they went through after COVID. So as Asian living in US, I also could reflect my experience, and this kind of story really spoke to me. So this interaction made me follow this page and more deeply appreciate their uploads. So I'm wondering, do you guys have any story that you read on your social media that you want to share with us? Any story that really spoke to you? And I also prepared this little clip from a company called Lumi. They make deodorant and they have their own personal story how they developed the deodorant in this way. So if you have chance, I hope you can get into this link and watch this video. So we are going to talk about what push marketing is and what pull marketing is. Do you guys know who he is? Anyone who watched Mad Men? I think it used to be on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's still there, but I really enjoyed watching the show during graduate school. So this is in I think 1950 when ad agency was just getting really popular in metropolitan cities like New York and Chicago. So think about the creative age of advertising in the 50s and 60s. So the ad agencies and this ad copywriter, which is him, had highest controllability of what kind of messaging that would be effective and what kind of messaging that publics will receive. And it wasn't really two-way communicative between public and ad agency. It was more of a one-way communicative from agency to the publics. So we always had this need of interaction and story, even half a century before social media was even created, right? We always want to share our own stories, and everyone enjoys talking about themselves, don't you think so? So on social media, that is why we want to share things on social media, on Instagram story, what we're eating, who we are with, where we went on the weekends. By the way, it's a really beautiful day outside today. It's February 18th today. If you are watching this video in March, I hope the weather is even better next month. So I hope you guys can enjoy a lot of outdoor scenes in Newport. So yeah, we always have this desire to share our stories and have real interaction with people. And even before social media, that was what we wanted to do. So conversations with consumers in either print, television advertising, with radio at that time, outdoor, direct mail, or between the radio show, there was a short amount of time to do the advertising, or even quiz shows on television. But nowadays, it has become even harder and harder to buy people's time and space. That is why we are moving from push marketing, which is more one-way communication, to pull marketing. And this is a theory that backs up why pull marketing becomes more popular these days. It's called Anderson's theory of the long tail. So literally, the graph has a really long tail, right? The head meaning the number of unique products on the x-axis, and on the y-axis, think about the popularity and usefulness of this product. So the head, which is a very small number of product, which is very highly popular, and kind of sort of popular product and niche products the number of unique products are a lot higher than highly popular products, and the popularity is also lower than the popular products, of course. However, the time frame that can last in this market is a lot longer than the highly popular product. So why don't we also focus on these two types of products, sort of popular and niche products? Think about people who loves indie music. There are going to be not many people. It's not going to be 80% of US population, but maybe 8 to 10% of people. There will be always indie band fans, right? So it's the same logic. If you are a fan of very niche product or a sort of popular product, you are in this long tail population. So we are shifting away from just focusing on a small number of hits to the sort of popular and niche products, so the long tail of this graph. So have you guys tried this? It's a tater tots taco from Taco Bell. It used to be not so popular, but on Twitter and other social media channel, there were Taco Bell fans who were really into this niche item, so it made a comeback after a few years. So this is a perfect example of where the long tail product is. So that potato taco is not as popular as their what's the most popular item in Taco Bell? I used to love the cinnamon swirl thing. It's a snack. So it's not as popular as like a beef taco or chicken taco, but some people always long for this comeback and they really hurt their customers. So this is the example of theory of long tail, and we are living in the era that the long tail is more appreciated compared to a decade ago. Another term that we all can be familiar with through this chapter is mobile first media. So this is a graph and data, multitasking while watching TV. So have you guys done multitasking? So we are calling this multitasking, but basically it is that you are shifting your attention whenever you're consuming one media and then you're consuming another media. And you can watch TV and then concentrate on your text and then watch TV again, so you're taking shift. So while you're watching TV, the most popular multitasking behavior is social network, browse and surf the web, or read your email, text message, browse for products and services online. So for instance, it's me going to a clothing line website online and see what is out there, playing video games. So attention is selective narrowing or focusing of consciousness and observance on something. So these days, since social media is becoming so popular, one of the most prominent media platform, a lot of media is taking the pattern and also the user experience that is very fitted for mobile. So mobile marketing includes advertising delivered via mobile devices. So for instance, it can be the whenever you are crossing the Thames Avenue, Thames Street in Newport, if you get the text or Snapchat notification, hey, if you're around here, please come join us, 20% for this menu. That's the example of mobile marketing. So it has the data that who is around that region. Mobile first strategy is designing your website for a smartphone or tablet devices. So some websites are not really familiar with the platform of mobile. So whenever you go into their website, you will experience, oh, this didn't look like this on the web when I used my laptop. But with mobile, something is not right? Some websites are like that. Also, you can build relationships with your stakeholders, which we'll talk more about what they are, but it's basically meaning whoever has any kind of advantage or any kind of interest in your organization. So it can be people who has stocks for your organization. So through social media and chat, you can build relationship in that way. It's very familiar and convenient these days. I'm sure if you guys are on Instagram, you might have received DMs from direct messages from brands saying, hey, Hyoyeon, we are giving 20% discount and you can use this code extra 20, something like that. So if you go to this website, google.com, test mobile friendly, you can see how each website, how much mobile friendly they are. So websites like Canvas, I'm sure they have pretty high score because Canvas has their own app as well. However, there are some restaurant websites, especially that is not really familiar with mobile reservation or just digital media in general. It's so hard to read their menu or browse in their website, so they might have lower score. So just for fun, you can go to this link and see who has the highest mobile friendly score. So we are coming back to the main theme of this chapter: push strategy, push marketing, and pull marketing. So think about pushing strategy. So it's very one-way communicative, like the picture we saw from Mad Men. So think about the manufacturer enticing other channel members to carry a product. So if you are making, for instance, a candle, I love candles. So if you are making candles and you're sending this product, trying to send this product to Target or Walmart, then it means push strategy. You are as a manufacturer, you want your other channel members to carry your product. But think about pull strategy. It's kind of the opposite. You're aiming your marketing efforts at the end consumer to persuade the consumer to request the products from retail channels. So consumers already love your product so much, so they're trying to get more of your products. So they want to request more products from Walmart or from Target by maybe leaving a review or I have this example I saw on Glossier, which is one of my favorite makeup brands. So they used to make a solid perfume, but it went out for a couple of years and now it made a comeback. And it was basically because of one reviewer kept telling Glossier, please bring back the solid perfume, please bring back the solid perfume. And she left so many reviews. So that'll be the perfect example of pull strategy. So she was at the end consumer, she was at the position of the end consumer, and she persuaded the retail channel, oh, please bring back my favorite product from your brand. Why did it disappear? So that's the example of pull strategy. And pull marketing is the same as using pull strategy. So you are attracting the consumer to brand communication by providing valuable content through your social media. So whenever you are really approachable and personable on social media, that'll be a really great cue for the end consumer to request more and more for your brand. So think about the difference between push strategy and pull strategy and how pull strategy is more fitting for the environment of social media. Mass media to consumer communication. So here we're mainly going to talk about social media. So a lot of domestic airlines went through some mistakes and accidents throughout previous years. So this was a page I found on Twitter, Boycott American Airlines, and they have same page for United Airlines as well. So whenever you're making mistake or you are doing something really wrong, it's hard to disappear these days because you can just take video and post it on your Twitter and it'll spread out so much quicker than a decade ago, right? So the spread of some consumer influence is shifting power from institutions to individuals. So a lot of us, even though we are not working for the brand, we have a direct power, direct influence on these brands. So if you go to this link, change.org, you'll see a lot of individuals trying to make a change in our society. I just saw a petition, one of a student from University of Washington. That student was a transgender student, and that student wanted his or her name to be the chosen first name to be on the diploma, but the school didn't allow for students to choose their first name. So yeah, that can be the example of how individual has the power to have influence for his or her academic institution. And wallet activism is the term to explain the new wave of social media field activism. So, for instance, this kind of Twitter page. We all know what boycott is, right? However, I've never heard of boycott before reading this chapter. But boycott means when consumers purchase a company's products in show of support. So it'll be me for Glossier or me for Target. I love Target. I live really close to Target, so I go there almost every week. I'm very curious. Have you ever boycotted or also boycotted a brand because of what you read on their social media? This is going to be one of our discussion questions after you watch this video. So please go to the Canvas discussion and answer to these questions. So what are socially active consumers talking about? So they can share their opinions about how much they love our products, right? What and how they're doing, links to articles, share products, services they like. So these are the factors that we can find on social media with the platform of Sprout during our Sprout sessions, mainly when we are doing the social media listening. Also, researchers have found that people place a high value on opportunities to share their thoughts and feelings. So our goal is to make our consumers to have positive thoughts and positive favorable feelings about our brand. So rewarding for people to find opportunities to disclose their thoughts to others. So like we said, we have always have desire to have interactions on social media or even face to face. It's really lonely not to be able to talk to anyone, right? Even if I cannot meet you guys in person, it's kind of rewarding me to talk to the camera and thinking that sometime soon you guys will watch this video. So yeah, it's really rewarding to have a page for our consumers to disclose their thoughts. So having a very active reviewing page will be one of the strategies you guys can have. So this is the example of kind of not so great social media communication. So do you guys see that I left a comment here? Hello, is your Back Bay location still closed? This is a chocolate store called Max Brenner. They have really yummy chocolate pizza and all kinds of chocolate desserts. I was just curious if their Boston location is going to open again or is this permanently closed? But I still haven't gotten their answer, but I found out that they were closed. But I left this comment at the end of 2020 and I still didn't get the answer. So yeah, you guys should not do this for your page when someone comments on your page. Why consumers unfollow brands on social media? So, like I was ignored by Max Brenner. One of the example can be ignore post mentions from people. Talk about politics, social issues. So it's really important not to touch certain areas as a universal strategy. But sometimes you have to touch certain topics. For instance, Nike's campaign with Kaepernick. Too many potential posts, so we are so easily fatigued by too many similar posts. Too many ads from brand. No one really likes too much direct ads, right? Irrelevant brand content, poor customer service. They're all the reasons why we are unfollowing brands on social media. I'm also curious, have you guys unfollowed any brands on social media? If you have unfollowed, why? For me, the reason was that I was ignored for so long, over a year, so I started to unfollow them on Facebook. So we are depending a lot on the social media advertising these days, right? If you guys are on Instagram, if you're looking at your friends' Instagram stories, you'll see a lot of brands are putting in their, especially clothing lines. They do a lot of Instagram advertising. And I have bought a dress from that kind of Instagram story advertising, and it was great. So global social media advertising spending nearly doubled from 2017 to 2019. So simply ignoring your social conversation will not work. So if anybody leaves you a comment, it's important to get back to them. So engagement is involvement, interaction, intimacy, and influence between an individual and a brand. So this is kind of interesting example I found with Sarah and American Airlines. So see what Sarah left. Hello, my name is da da da. I'm from Afghanistan. I'm part of Al Qaeda, and on June 1st, I'm going to do something really big. Bye. And American Airlines says, Sarah, we take these threats very seriously. Your IP address and details will be forwarded to security and the FBI. And then Sarah was just saying, OMFG, I was kidding. I'm so sorry. I'm scared now. I was joking. It was my friend, not me. Take her IP address, not mine. I was kidding. Please don't. I'm just a girl, please. And I'm not from Afghanistan. So she made a horrible joke to American Airlines, which was a bomb threat. What do you guys think about this example? So this is another example of kind of a pull strategy, because this was a consumer trying to do something to the brand, but in a very wrong way, right? Also, want to emphasize what PR has a major role in this social media communication and pull strategies. So we are going to talk more about what's the difference between advertising, public relations, and marketing throughout the whole semester, but this class is mainly for all of it. So all of those disciplines, advertising, public relations, and marketing, they all require social media analytics ability. So that is why you guys are all here, to have that and be ready for any kind of jobs that you want to get in this discipline. So PR professionals should especially be equipped to have customer engagement and advocacy in social media, because they are going to be the one who directly build PR campaigns. So these are some major PR agencies: Edelman, Porter Novelli, Burson Marstella. So it's really important to be engaging and also learn the narrative, storytelling, and conversation. Have a real conversation with your consumers. So if you have time, actually, I want to require you guys to watch this video, because I know you guys will love it. McDonald's blind taste. So after you watch this video, I want to hear what kind of content would you be more engaged more on social media. So what kind of campaign that you see on social media makes you more engaged? This will be one of our discussion questions from this chapter. So social media command center, there will be this kind of center in every big organization and big agencies, PR agencies. So this is a social media monitoring room acting as a central visual hub for social data, which is what we're doing in our class, using Sprout and listen to our data. So I mentioned in chapter 1 that every chapter has a part to discuss the theories, right? So here we're going to talk about the social presence theory and media richness theory. So social presence theory means that media differ in the degree of social presence. So sometimes it can be just as audio sound, sometimes it can be visual, sometimes it can be even physical contact, right? That they allow between two communication partners. So if it's traditional media, for instance, if it's a magazine, sometimes they give you a little bit of perfume. I get magazines from Ulta Beauty, and they give like a paper that has perfume scents in it. So that'll be the example of almost a physical contact, right? So it gives me a lot of imagination how I would feel if I really use this product. Influenced by the intimacy. So for instance, interpersonal versus mediated, which one would be more intimate? And immediacy, between asynchronous versus synchronous. Synchronous will have more immediacy, right? So think about what kind of intimacy and immediacy level will be the best for our brand. Also, it can be higher, the social presence can be higher when it's interpersonal, for instance, face-to-face discussion, than mediated, for instance, just watching TV. And also, it can be higher, the social presence can be higher when it's synchronous than asynchronous communication. That is why I really hope to see you guys on Zoom soon, so we can overcome this lower level of social presence of asynchronous environment. So this is the example that brand is sending to their potential consumers or consumers on Instagram. Hello Nathan, thank you so much for following me. I hope my content brings value to your everyday life. If you have any questions, concerns, or simply want to chat, please feel free to reach out. So I think this person is an influencer or a brand. So yeah, I would feel really great if I received this kind of message. It looks very sweet and also very approachable, which doesn't feel like a robot or like a very cold-hearted brand. Some brands just simply ignore consumers so easily. And second theory is media richness theory. It means that every media has different level of degree of richness that they have. So for instance, it can be a lot of information at the same time with using a lot of different senses. Then it means that it's very rich in media, right? So the richness level is very high. So if a medium is richer, which means it can transmit more information, it can be more effective in communication. That is why social media is a really great platform, because it can transmit text, images, sound, and video. So sometimes I even prefer looking at the reviews on Instagram more, because for restaurants, because it has videos and also images with the text. So it's more helpful for me than Yelp or Google review. Also, I was curious if you guys also like to watch haul videos or try on videos on YouTube. This is one of my new obsession these days. I like to see how other people try out the clothing or any other products that I'm interested in buying. So yeah, I wanna know if you guys are interested in haul videos, or if you're not, what kind of videos are you interested in watching on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram? There's also a case study in every chapter of our textbook. In chapter 2, Sony Europe was our case. So they had a very special event for their super fans, and they call companies' most active online customers, consumers as their super fans. So only 50 super fans from all over the world, they were invited to product launches, offered new product. Wouldn't it be so nice? And given all expenses paid trips to conferences. So this is one of very common marketing strategy these days from beauty industry as well. The beauty influencers are invited to this luxurious trip and let them try out this new product, and they will post on their YouTube video about how this product is made, or on even TikTok or Instagram. So self-presentation theory explains how we love to project an image of ourselves to other people. So meaning that we all want to be seen knowledgeable, helpful, and friendly. So these super fans were treated that they are the best fans for Sony. They are very appreciated by the company. So based on the self-presentation theory, this was a very great strategy, one of the greatest strategy in the pull marketing and pull strategy as well. So instead of trying to control brand or product communication, smart marketers are using more of a pull strategy. So it's encouraging fans, and so they let them communicate in their own communities like Reddit or Instagram, or even on their blog, and reward the most active users to help them grow. So this is one of the examples how pull marketing, pull strategy is done in real life. To end this chapter, I want to ask you guys question for discussion. So this will be also part of the discussion questions from chapter 2. So if you see the figure on the left, it means Instagram influencer rates of last year. So you call it nano, micro, mid, macro, and mega influencers. So if it's mega, it should be more than 1 million. So big name YouTubers or Kylie Jenner, that'll be the examples for these. So ethics play a very important role in social media management. Do you feel it is okay to reward superfans or brand advocates with free products and special offers? How do you decide who gets rewarded and who doesn't? What about direct payment for posting? So if you're a nano influencer, you get from $10 to $100 whenever you're posting a post. Micro influencer, you get paid more. And if you're a mega influencers, per post you get more than 10K, which is too much in my opinion. And second question is, in what ways are marketers of streaming channels, TV shows using social media to grab and hold viewers' attention? So we talked about how prevalent multitasking is in the era of social media. So I was curious, if you are working for Netflix or Hulu, I'm curious, how are you going to make your show or your program grab more attention from your viewers? So for the next Sprout session, the next video will be Sprout session. I want you to guys finalize making your Instagram business account and your set profile photo. You set a profile photo selected from pexels.com depending on what product that you chose or any other stock images. And also don't forget putting your bio to clarify that your account is for our class. This is not a real business account. Also, I'm sending you an invite to Sprout Social. It says before Wednesday, but I don't know when you guys will watch this video, so I will send it before our semester starts in March to your Salve email. And also, I am asking you guys to connect your profile after you watch my intro video for Sprout. I will do the screenshots, how to connect your profile. It's a little tricky. Think about what is ideal but realistic number of followers you want to get throughout the semester. So for instance, maybe 100. So yeah, this is all I prepared for this chapter. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye!